All right, you guys. Let's see. Let's see if I can accomplish what I want to do here. I just did this, and it didn't seem to record. So I'm doing it again quickly. I want to show you two reasons, possibly three, but two reasons why this attack is happening today. I'll start. First, I want to show you this photo. Okay. That green line I drew with a it looks like a shaky hand, is to me a support level. Now I drew it without a straight line, so it could be that the price should be a little bit lower than where I drew that green line. But I think that's a fairly legitimate strategy for a low point. The stock is now $1.27 at 3.38 million shares. On the other hand, you can see at around September 25, you can see that gap area, 25.26. It may or may not be a real gap, but it's there. That could be something that has to be spiked down to. You can see just somewhat over the $1 level. Almost 1, 2, 3, maybe, well, let's just stick with 3.5, but there's like 3 points there that are basically at 1 or above. And that, if you drew a straight line there, that could be support. I'll leave any other analysis to guys much better than I am. All right, now let me show you what I think might have happened on this morning. See the blue arrows that I drew in? These I'm trying to show you the activity around, first, the 50-day moving average, and secondly, around the 200 moving day average, the red line. 50-day is that dark blue line. Then in green, I circled volume and whatever you call those things, candles. There's probably a name for those patterns that I don't know. But that's high volume and major movement, all in a day. Had to get out. By the way, these shares don't exist. Now, to Gary Gensler or to FINRA, they don't care. But those shares don't exist. But they had to get out of them anyway. So anyway, and in my judgment, in my opinion, it's Kurt Kramer, and it's all of his LLCs, and it's his buddies, and it's offshore, and mismarking tickets, and it's Alpine Brokerage. So what they do on the 22nd, they just bear rate it, crush it. And you can look up on Dodgers reports, but I guess 1 million shares naked selling that day. And the next one, they just crush it. It's all fraudulent, naked, counterfeit selling. They get that down. And again, it's probably 1 million, 1.25 million naked, failed to deliver shares. But no one cares. It's all under the Reg Show exemption. And it makes commissions, it makes fees, it increases assets under management for Wall Street, so no one cares. All right, and then the third green circle is the 25th. That was a lot of volume. That was the day after Thanksgiving, oddly for half a day. But look at how compressed the price action was. All right, so what that means to me is those 2 days prior had a ton of market action downward. But nothing comes free to Kurt Kramer. So on the day after Thanksgiving, they opened it down. And the reason that's got that kind of, it looks like an exercise bicycle wheel, which you put your two hands on the two extended parts. That thin, thick part, I think, is where they cross trades. So that Kurt could make sure that the people that helped him short it illegally on the previous 2 days could book a profit. Well, look at how much it cost Kurt or the prime broker or some virgin accounts. 25 cents, 35 cents, 50 cents a share. Now, maybe that didn't all go to his cohorts, and maybe some went to him. But that was money stolen out of the market by fraudulent selling and then cross-selling. Gary Gensler doesn't care one bit. So that's one thing that happened on Friday. It was marked way down to pay off the people that shorted it for Kurt Kramer and pay off Kurt Kramer. Again, all in my judgment. Everything I say on the video is, in case I don't remember to say it again. And then today, this morning, look at it. I circled in black. They had a huge amount of volume at the beginning 20 minutes. In my judgment, the first part of that volume was people doing short sales to help Kurt. The rest of it was crossing to finish off paying off the people that helped him before and maybe to help some of those people that helped him this morning. Now, what are the reasons this happened? One is he's in trouble. Two is he saw the FUD and the disorganization and the clashing amongst, he knew he could do it today. But this is a classic bear raid. All right, I wanted to show you that. I'll show you this. This is the volume today in the stock. See the two in the black circles? The two black circles? That's where the volume was. The rest of the day in the blue squiggle that I did, there's basically no volume. It's all there in the morning. Now pay attention to those really big volume. Now the green one implies buying, but I just think it's a cross. It's just a cross, but look how much volume's there. All right, now watch. I showed you that. Okay, this gets tricky because all right, here is 951 on the bottom. This is the trade data at OTC. Now, okay, there it is up where it says today, in the middle on the top, 10:07 a.m. This is the volume. Look at that. No volume, basically. After what I want to show you. So I'm going to go here first. Up there, 9:49. There's a delay on this. Up on top is the time when I took the picture, but I was on the website. But this is OTC markets. But down here, you see the volume. But look at 11:28, 9:32. 2 minutes into the opening, someone absolutely had to get out. 48,400 shares at 144. It's not true. Those are fictitious shares. They don't exist, but they sold them. 48,000. All right, so now watch. 934. Weird volumes, weird prices. 936. Very little volume. And remember, the other one with a 48, I think, was 934. Let's look again. 48,000 was at 932. Okay, you remember the volume that I showed you. I think there was 1 million out of the gate, 600, then it became 1 million, and I think it quickly became 2 million. But now watch this. Here's the trade data at 9:38. Weird numbers. You can come back and look at this. I don't want to bore you. But look at the top, 142.5, 142.5, 142.5. Look at the volume, 371, 568, 1597. Who's kidding who? That's market makers communicating with each other. That's market makers manipulating the price. And the puppet master is Kurt Kramer. Okay, now what I want to show you is this. Here at 10:03, let me go back here, 9:54 at the top, 9:59, right here, 9:59 is when I took this picture. And here's the trade data. Short interest is underneath, and up above normally is the bid and ask. That's every day, all day long. You can get this data. Well, okay, at 9:59, and then I was talking with you all. 10:03. 10:03. Because I noticed it. I didn't think to take the picture. And then I thought I better take it because I started telling you. I said they took away the time and sales. This short interest became what they showed. They didn't have time and sales. Just to show it again, I took a second picture. They took away the time and sales. They hid this volume that I circled in they hid it. So we can't follow it. Something is really rotten in Denmark. I want to show you a couple of things. Here's Lucky Boy happening to run into the neighbor's little baby, a baby boy. Look how excited that baby boy is. He got all excited, smiling. So I let him say hi to Lucky. And there's Lucky licking him, trying to. And there's a very happy boy. And a disgruntled dog boy, maybe, but he's being a good boy, too. Look at the happiness. All right, and then let me see if I wanted to, so that's one reason why I think the stocks were crushed. There's two related reasons. One, over the weekend, there was so much bickering and infighting and blaming and distractions, and Lou took us one way, and maybe I did something the other way. I don't know. I'm making it up. But Kramer thought, I can really get him. So that's one. Two is this tax loss payoff. I'm thinking ahead. This Kramer payoff to the shorts. The third reason is tax loss selling. Let me just show you this. We're November 28th. On the end of the month is the 30th. The tax wash sale is 30 days. So from December 1 to the 30th. Or if you're careful, from the 30th to the 30th. So it's 31 days. Or if you're doubly careful, from the 29th to the 30th. But in any event, if you sell something on Wednesday the 30th, you can buy it back. See, this is why you got to check with Pro, but I would be careful and stop on the 29th. But anyway, let's just say it my way. The last day to sell is tomorrow, to buy back on the 30th, to establish a tax loss on GTII. All of your advisors are going to advise you, this is down, let's just get out, and they're not going to want you to go back in. They're going to say, let's go in this mutual fund, and don't ever listen to William again, and don't listen to him. Are you crazy? But that's a big incentive to sell right now. Okay, luckily, you can also sell now and go into one of the other stocks because it's substantially different. But let me show you. Let me show you. I just got to make sure I'm okay here. This is from Fidelity. The wash sale rule prohibits selling an investment for loss and replacing it with the same or substantially identical investment 30 days before or after the sale. If you do have a wash sale, the IRS will not allow you to write off the investment loss. Okay, that's from Fidelity. This is from Chucky Schwab. How to cut your tax bill with tax loss harvesting. You use the tax loss to reduce your taxable capital gains and potentially offset up to $3,000 of ordinary income. The basics. Anyway, you can go. I'm not going to waste your time reading all that. This is imagine all the people living. Okay, they give you a chart. And the point here is if you sell, take your tax loss, they compare the days and the nights. Like the difference is night and day, the days and the nights. So down in the left-hand corner here, $8,000 savings if you take advantage of the tax loss. And again, I'm going to just move on from that. You can Google tax loss harvesting and it'll come up. But that's another reason that the sales could have happened today and tomorrow. But it's the key thing is it's selling that will not last. Okay. And then I want to show you this. I put out a petition and I did not realize, I thought it was for free. That's what I Googled, free petitions. And I'm so technologically unaware, I guess. I didn't even try to sign it. I didn't see the 2, 3, 4 firewalls that keep asking people to donate. And then in the smallest of print, it says this doesn't go to your cause. So if any of you donated to that petition, it's not coming to me. It's not coming to something that could help GTI. It went to iPetitions. Now, Crayon Eater sent an email. Oh, sorry. I got to find it. There it is. And he got this back from iPetitions. We apologize for the misunderstanding, and we are more than happy to issue a refund. Would you please just give us the transaction ID number for the payment in question so that we could find it in our database? So at ipetitions.com, thank you for signing that petition. I promise I'm going to get letters out. I'm going to make that work. But you don't have to donate anything to sign it. And now, to the extent it's okay to give them something because they're helping us do this, and it was very simple for me to do. I don't mind if they made a little bit of money from all of us. So don't worry if you paid something and you just let it go. But if you're annoyed that it went to iPetitions instead of me or instead of, for the GTII truck, just go to the website, ipetitions.com, hit contact them, type in that the explanation, and they'll give you this response. This was Crayon Eater that took the initiative to do this, and I thank him very much. And let me see if that's, here, I wanted to finish on this. Buy low and sell high. It's pretty simple. Problem is, what's low and what's high? Okay, All right, I'm going to end it there. This is meant as a short video to tell you 2 reasons. Well, if you expand it to 3, if it's all the disorderly, back and forth on our Twitter feeds, PO'd at this, PO'd at him, PO'd at that, all of it, set up a situation where the shorts knew they could attack. But that only seems to explain GTII. So it might not be the reason. Don't get mad at yourself. But let's try to fight together. 2, this tax loss harvesting. It's today or tomorrow, and tomorrow for sure, maybe Wednesday. That could be real sales. And then 3, the shorts are trying to pay their buddies by driving the price even lower, because they all work in concert. They could tell that we're on our last legs putting money, so they drive it down, cross, but it's all fraud, stealing, taking from one LLC, giving it to the other, from one market maker to the other, stiffing their prime brokers and their accounts. It's all stealing. It's all stealing. But Gensler doesn't care. FINRA doesn't care. But it's how it keeps it going. Nothing's for free. The positives for you is it's really expensive for Kurt Kramer. It shows how desperate he is. He's not, you might not feel good, but he's not feeling like he's winning. He feels like he's in the fight of his life. And Wall Street might be joining in, because they hid they hid that data. It might be that some big players are helping out, but they're not helping the Kramers. They're helping themselves. And it's just a coincidence. But it won't, it's a one-off. It can't, or it might have, sure, maybe they do it another day. But remember, there's fundamental news. I'm not going to run through it. Well, I will, one thing, and then I'll get off. With GTII, everyone's saying, where's upstream? Well, they, on November 18th, just like CRTD on November 8th, announced they are dual listing on upstream. They have begun the process. Everything was the same wording, but in our case, it said that we might be able to speed it up. But it's a process. It's got to go through MERJ. They've got to dot everything, make sure that it gets approved and there's no roadblocks. Could that take 2 months? Could it take 2 or 3 more weeks? We don't know. But that's dual listing. In terms of GTII timeframe, finish the audit, not in the control of GTII. That is an independent auditor. It's also, they're auditing the books of Wildfire. It has nothing to do with GTII. 1. So when that's announced, second announcement, immediately, the merger is completed. Third announcement, immediately, GTII announces the issuance of a digital dividend through upstream. Boom, boom, boom. That's coming, and it's supposed to come before the end of the year. All right, I'm going to let you go there. So, peace. See you down the road. Talk at you later. Ciao.